Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott, and I have an amazing group of channelings from the Arcturian Council as channeled by Daniel Scranton. These really focus on creating your reality and cover a variety of interesting topics like the power of momentum, romantic relationships, taking your power back, how to explore the galaxy, the rules of the game on planet Earth. What if your third eye isn't open? Let your worlds be rocked? Are you living in an AI simulation? Timelines, predictions, dismantling society's systems of control? The Arcturian Council. The power of momentum is on your side. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are giving ourselves a chance to rest and relax at this time because we understand the power of momentum. And we know that there's been enough momentum created from what we have been exploring to give us this opportunity to step back a bit and enjoy the momentum that we know we have created. We also understand that whenever we put energy out into the universe, that same universe matches our energetic output. And so we understand that we truly do not have to do it all ourselves. Even we have help here in the ninth dimension. There are higher dimensional collectives that are helping us to expand and evolve. Now, being where you are on the dimensional totem pole, you have so very many beings and collectives that are helping all of you. And you have momentum that was created in previous lifetimes there on Earth that you can rely upon. You also have been very busy, always doing, always efforting, and all of that energy expended is coming back to you at this time. Given all of that, don't you think that you can relax and let go? Don't you think that you can struggle less, do less, and rely more upon all that you have coming back to you by virtue of the fact that you still exist? You don't even have to do anything to claim your prizes. You don't even have a need for a down payment. You can't just open up and receive what is coming to you by virtue of the fact that you have momentum. We collectively as a universe have a great deal of momentum. We can all share in the collective momentum that keeps us all spiraling up, keeps us all moving closer and closer to Source and to our true selves as infinite and eternal beings of love and light. We welcome you to join us in our state of resting and relaxing because you've earned it. We've all earned a break, and it is by taking a break that you often gain tremendous insight. You often get your best ideas when you're not trying, when you're not doing, and when you completely let go of whatever it is you've been striving for all that time. It is the perfect time for a respite for humanity. Let what you've put out there come back to you, and know that there will always be time for more action, more creation, more of what you have yet to even dream up. We are expanding together, so please take a moment and feel for it. It is your expansion, after all, for the taking. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Why most romantic relationships don't last. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are giving ourselves everything that we need in order to be the best versions of ourselves for all of you and all of the other things that we are helping in this universe of ours. We do not hold back when it comes to giving ourselves the love and compassion that we enjoy receiving so much from others. One of the greatest secrets that you are not taught in schools or in religion is that if you want others to treat you in a certain way, then you must first treat yourselves that way that you wanted to be treated. This is the golden rule, part 2 that we're talking about. Yes, you want to treat others the way you would love to be treated, but you also have to treat yourself the way you want others to treat you. The universe is a gigantic mirror, and it always reveals to you what's going on inside of you, rather than what you want the world to think or see. Whatever you want others to think and say about you, please think those thoughts and say those things to yourselves. Tell the universe and show the universe what you want to see reflected back to you from your fellow humans. You have so much more to give others when you first feel whole and complete in yourselves. This is the key reason why most relationships that are romantic in nature do not work out or do not last until death do you part. It is because at least one of the individuals in the relationship is looking to the other to give them something that they've never been able to give themselves. And at first, it is easy for the other person to do that, but eventually they will get caught up in other aspects of life and forget to give their partner what the partner needs and wants. And that is usually when the relationship fizzles out. But if you make the way you relate to yourself a priority, then there is no end to the amount of love, praise, and adoration you can receive from your fellow humans. This is something we would love to see being taught in your public school systems, but sadly, it is not even spoken about in the curriculum. And most of you have to wait until you're adults to realize what has been missing from your lives for decades. We are here to give you permission to give yourselves everything that you want and need from your fellow humans, and let everyone else off the hook for now. Just trust that they will start to reflect to you that self-love that you will dedicate yourselves to from this point forward in your lives. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Take even more of your power back. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have been aware of the inevitable changes that would be taking place there on Earth for a very long time, but we never knew exactly what path you would take to get where you are today. You have already begun taking back your power there on Earth with these enormous changes to the way that you share information. You are no longer depending on newspapers, news from major networks, on television, magazines, and encyclopedias for the majority of the information that you receive about the world you are currently living in. It is much more empowering for individuals to be able to share their stories and their perspectives than it is to just rely on one or two trusted news anchors. You've also taken back your power in the way that you have access to an ability to start your own business. This is something that was much more challenging 30 years ago on your world, but now look how quickly you can create an income for yourselves and how you can do it all by yourselves. Now that you are gaining access to more of your power, it is also time to be accessing more of your creativity, more of what you always have access to within you. You have a power that goes far beyond your ability to create a website or a stream of income. You have the power to create change within society, within yourselves, within every life that you touch, with your sincerity and with the way that you authentically share your energy, your vibration. It's time to go beyond power that can be manifested in the physical realm, and it's time for you all to access the real power that exists within you to create a brand new world, a brand new life, and a brand new you. We encourage you to stop waiting for more systems to give you opportunities to know yourselves as more powerful beings. And it is our desire to see more of you accessing the vibration, the feeling of power within you, so that you can truly know who you are and what you are capable of, even as an individual. And you are even more powerful when you come together for a cause like world peace or equality for those who have been historically disenfranchised. You are there to bring about these changes, and you are meant to start within yourselves. That is why we will always direct you back to yourselves. It is because we know how powerful you really are, and it is also because there's never been a better time there on Earth to start demonstrating just how powerful you are. Just imagine what you can do and how many you can inspire. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. How to explore the galaxy. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are still in the process of exploring every aspect of our beautiful galaxy, which you all refer to as the Milky Way. We are very similar to your space explorers who are looking for different truths, that they might discover different scientific facts and the unknown. The physical realm is very similar to the non-physical realm, and there are parallels that you could draw between each. Even as non-physical consciousness, even as ninth-dimensional beings, we are still explorers. We still know that we don't know everything there is to know. We also understand that the galaxy and the universe are always expanding, always becoming more, and that is exciting to us because it is the feeling of expanding that brings us so much joy. You are all in the process of exploring different truths, different realities, and different aspects of yourselves, and we are here to remind you that condemning and or judging anything that you come across is only going to perpetuate whatever it is you are focusing upon in that moment. You want to explore your world, yourselves, this galaxy, and the universe with your hearts open wide and your light shining brightly for whatever you find. And why is that? You might wonder, well, it is because only with love will you ever expand. Only with love will you ever truly become more of who you are. And it is also true that only with love will you ascend. We keep telling you this, but it bears repeating. Nothing outside of you is going to make you ascend. No one can just flip a switch and illuminate the fifth dimension for you. The fifth dimension is something you find within yourselves, and you find it by accessing more of the love that you truly are. Spread that love around, and now you have a fifth dimensional realm in which to roam and explore. And as much as you have yet to discover there in the fourth dimensional realm, imagine how much you will have to explore and illuminate the fifth dimension. There will always be more, and you will never get bored once you ascend. And if you are bored now, then take our suggestion and get out of your head, get into your heart, and see how much love is present there. When you do, you will transform yourselves and everything and everyone outside of you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The rules of the game on planet Earth. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We've been waiting for the most appropriate time to bring you the following transmission, and it just so happens that the proper moment is now. We have been watching you as you struggle there on Earth to figure out what it is you're supposed to do, how it is you're supposed to live, and in what you are supposed to believe. You have been looking for answers for a very long time there on Earth to these questions, and even bigger ones that you face as human beings. We want you all to know that part of your life's purpose is to decide for yourselves who you want to be, what you want to do, what your truth is, and so many other aspects of life that you think are supposed to be decided for you. These things are not decided for you before you incarnate, and you are not there to find the perfect teachings that will tell you what to do, what not to do, what to eat, what not to eat, and so on. You as source energy beings are supposed to try it all on for size and see what feels right in the moment. You definitely don't have to decide today what you are going to do tomorrow, and you definitely don't have the same beliefs from one day to the next either. You're not there to get anything right. You are there to experience everything, and to experience yourselves as everything. And you can even decide whether you want to follow your feelings or follow your mind. You even get to decide whether you want to listen to your heart or listen to some guru who is telling you what the rules of this game you are all playing. The reason you cannot all agree on what the rules are is because there were never meant to be any rules, and every rule that you have made there on Earth has been broken because that is the way you decided you would be able to experience everything there on Earth. And that is how you knew you could get the most expansion, experience the most creative ideas. That is how you knew you could be all that is. Being all that is something you wanted to experience fully rather than just knowing intellectually. You don't have to listen to what anyone else tells you is true. You get to decide for yourselves, and we invite you to exercise that free will, because that's the only way you're ever really going to feel as though you are living your life rather than someone else's. Your perception of reality is your reality, and since everything is changing all the time, so will your perception of it. Please do not worry about chiseling anything in stone there on Earth. Our suggestion is that you go with the flow, and that you let yourselves be everything, and you grant yourselves the freedom to choose which aspect of everything you want to be from one moment to the next. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. What if your third eye isn't open? Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are constantly tracking your progress there on planet Earth while maintaining a feeling of patience within ourselves, as we understand how hard what you are doing truly is, and we know that real growth and progress does not happen overnight. It takes time, and we know that you are always moving in the right direction. So when we look in on you, we do so with that expectation that we will notice some progress, and we will be able to build on that progress with you. We will notice what's working, and we will go with that momentum rather than trying to force you to grow and expand in the directions that we would like to see you grow and expand in. We recommend that you do this with yourselves as well. We recommend that you be patient with yourselves, and that you simultaneously hold that knowing that you are in fact moving in the right direction. And we also advise you to continue to flow with the energy that is moving you the fastest in the direction you ultimately want to go. Let us say you would like to develop your spiritual gifts and abilities, and you notice that you can feel energy in your hands, and you've had some success working with people as an energy healer, but you also notice that you have yet to unlock your clairvoyant abilities. Instead of lamenting the fact that you do not have that wide open third eye, we recommend that you go with the flow of the energies that are flowing more easily for you. We recommend that you lean into the gifts that are already showing up, the things that are working for you, the skills that you do feel confident about, and know that everything else is going to come in its most appropriate timing. You don't have to force anything into place there on your journeys, but you do need to trust that everything is moving forward for you because it is. And now that you know that we are helping you with the areas that we see making the progress, maybe you will be more likely to use that momentum that you have so that you can continue to flow in that direction that is easiest for you to move in. This experience of shifting from the third through the fourth and to the fifth dimension is hard enough as it is. You don't need to make it any harder on yourselves. We and others like us are always attempting to make it easier for you, and we can do that, especially when we have your help. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Let your worlds be rocked. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are beginning to recognize the tendency within humanity to come to conclusions rather quickly. We see you all making assumptions based on very little bits and pieces of information, and the assumptions that you make fit in very nicely with your judgments. It is easier for you to believe in something when it's a confirmation of what you already believe. It is much harder for you to accept information when it runs contrary to a long-held belief system. And that is unfortunate because you are going to have experiences in the coming years that are going to rock your worlds. It's going to be necessary for you to let go of that tendency to jump to the conclusion that supports your pre-existing beliefs. You're going to want to open yourselves up to completely new ideas, ways of experiencing and knowing reality. That is one of the reasons you have created a world for yourselves right now where there is so much contradiction, where you will always have opposing belief systems coexisting. It's necessary, it's good for you because you don't want to get complacent. You don't want to ever think that you have it all figured out. You want to remain open, but with a healthy amount of skepticism as well. And we say that because we don't want you to believe anything and everything that comes into your awareness. We still want you to run everything through your hearts, see if it resonates, feel into it, and then still don't come to a conclusion right away. Part of the problem there on Earth is that you were taught in school that these are the facts. These are the truths by which you all need to live. And then once you were done with school, you started to learn that most of what you were taught was false, or unnecessary, or just one perspective on something. We are talking mostly about your history, but other subjects as well. There is room for creation. There is room for spontaneity. You don't have to follow all the rules. And you don't have to adhere to facts that you hold on to tightly, like a treasured toy that you never let out of your sight as a child. You are creator beings, and you are also explorers who are there to create, but you are also there to expand. And so we suggest that you hold back from jumping to conclusions and just let in more of your own energy and information. Let yourself have a personalized experience of this beautiful universe of yours. And never think that your experience has to be repeatable to be true. That is the way to live a fifth dimensional life. We are the Arcturian Council. We have enjoyed connecting with you. How our universe works and how to align with it. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have an understanding of how this universe of ours works. And that is what allows us to be so very positive in regards to all of you there on Earth and what is happening. We know that the universe is always expanding because what you are living there on Earth that is unpleasant and what you are living that is terrible. You are creating new realities. You are adding to this already abundant and infinite universe because you seek a better life for yourselves, your family members, and all of humanity. Those of you who want better lives for all humans are doing the most creating. You're causing the most expansion, and you are also willing to do the helping that is required to get others to open up and become more of who they really are. When you believe in something When you have a cause, when you feel that your life is about serving others, you're acting on behalf of Source, and you're acting on behalf of this universe, which is an aspect of Source. Our universe and Source both want expansion, and they both want to know themselves more fully and completely. Those of you who awake align with those desires because that's what you want more of in your experience. And because you don't see yourselves as separate from anyone else, you also align with that truth that this universe and Source are all about. Source and our universe are all about inclusion. They know that we are better off as a whole, working together, helping each other. And they also know that any attempt at separation and segregation is an impossible feat. It cannot be done. But people on Earth still try, and sometimes you just have to let them tire themselves out so they can eventually realize the futility of what they've been desiring for so long. That is something else that you want to have in common with Source and our universe. You want to be patient, and also to trust, to know that all will be returning to the flock eventually. All will be coming home to Source because there is nowhere else to go. If you want to feel in the flow with this beautiful universe, then allow yourselves to feel something. Allow yourselves to desire something. Allow yourselves to imagine what it would be like to experience yourselves as that which Source is, all-powerful, all-loving, and all-inclusive all the time. And let what you create in those moments come to you. That is how you live in alignment with Source and in alignment with the universe. And it is also the way to live happily ever after. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Are you living in an AI simulation? Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are exploring the galaxy with all of you because we are curious beings, and so are you. You are there because you're curious, not because you are being punished, not because you're needed, and not because you made a wrong turn during your last death experience. You are there by choice, and those of you who are on Earth at this time wanted to see how far you could get from the truth of who you really are before the pendulum swung in the other direction and you began to make some serious progress in the evolution of your consciousness. That's where you are right now. You are on an upswing. You are getting to the promised land, and you are making progress with the help of your fellow travelers. We know that you have often felt as though you are trapped there on Earth, that you are a part of a karmic cycle, and that you are seeking to get it right so that you can break free from the wheel. Others believe that you are living in a simulation that is controlled by something or some force outside of you, and the theories go on and on. But what about the truth that you are source energy, having an experience, creating reality so that you can know what it's like to be in that reality? How come fewer and fewer people are telling you that truth? There is something compelling about having yourselves be the victims, and that is why we see so much victimhood being packaged and sold to you. As curious beings, of course, you would want to know what it felt like to be a victim, but only for a while, only until you awakened to the truth of your eternal and infinite nature. So if you are in a matrix, it is of your own creation. No one has forced you to be there, and we have taken it upon ourselves to empower you. And that means we will continue to remind you of who you really are. And we will also remind you that the journey you are on is long and illogical at times because you crave experiences as curious beings. You don't have to earn your way to the fifth dimension. You just have to feel more curious about it than you do about some story that tells you about artificial intelligence and other villains out there somewhere. Making all of this seem real. Yes, it's an illusion from a certain perspective, but again, you are creating the illusion. No one else is. You are creating the game and playing the game. Even the rules were set by you, and you chose to enter the game at the precise moment that you did. Now is the time for you all to remember how easy it is to be more powerful there on Earth. You are at your most powerful when you offer a vibration on purpose. Remember that, and don't let it get any more complicated, because it doesn't have to be. You are the ones. You always have been, and you always will be. And we are happy to be on this very curious path with you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you, lighting the way to better realities and timelines. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council, We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are illuminating a path for our ascension because we enjoy creating our reality, even though, from your perspective, it must seem incredibly easy to do so when you are a ninth-dimensional, non-physical collective. The truth is, we enjoy the process. We enjoy bringing something to fruition because we have no doubt and we have no fear. There's no wondering as to whether we are doing it right, whether we are blocked, whether we are not effective creators. That makes it much more fun. And of course, it does make us much more efficient. We want you to feel that way as well. That's why we are telling you all of this. We want you to let go of your doubts, process your fears, and move forward with your creations confidently, because you are so certain that they will come to fruition and that they will be even better than you can possibly imagine. That's the type of world you are living in now, because you are surrounded by co-creative energies that are faster and more powerful than anything you have ever worked with before there on Earth. You can benefit from all the summoning, all the asking that your fellow humans have been doing, and you can light the way for them. You can show them how it's done, explain to them how you did it, and how you continue to do it, and reassure them that there is plenty more where those energies came from. There really is no shortage, not when you are creating your reality with energy and vibration, not when you know you can shift to a different reality, to a different timeline whenever you want. Now is a good time to be focused, to be cleaning up any of those negative thoughts and lower frequency vibrations, so that you can be clear about what it is you are projecting out there into the reality you are moving into next. It is a wonderful time to be alive there on Earth, because of all the not so wonderful times that there have been there on Earth, you've all been co-creating a much better reality for everyone to enjoy. All you have to do is have enough faith in yourselves and in your abilities to bring those realities into your experience, to match them vibrationally. You don't do it with thought, you do it with vibration. You have to feel what you want to experience first, and all vibrations are available to you because they all exist within you. And you have been the masters who have first decided to forget the truth so that you could remember and blow yourselves away once again with what beautiful and amazing creator beings you truly are. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Predictions, timelines, and simple universal truths. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are giving you what we can when we can, because we have a sense of what you are ready for and what will ruin certain surprises that you have in store for yourselves. We also never know which timeline you're going to choose for yourselves, because you have that option. You can choose what you are going to experience, and many people do not realize that. There are some very simple truths that you all must accept if you have any chance of navigating your life's journey with joy, freedom, and creativity. One of these very simple truths is that you are going to see your vibration reflected back to you in some way, shape, or form. Now, this truth has sometimes caused confusion in the New Age and spiritual communities, because some people have then assumed that they dare not feel their sadness, their anger, their fear, or any so-called negative emotion. They are worried that if they do, they will create some very negative life circumstances. If you are feeling something, whether it was something positive or negative, when it came to the surface of your awareness, it was already there. You feeling that negative emotion is you letting it go and giving yourself the freedom then to choose what you want to feel, how you want to vibrate, and what you want to create. Now, we understand that certain people accept that as a truth for themselves in their personal lives in regards to whether they are leading an abundant life, whether they have a good love life, health, and so on. But within that group, there are many who believe that the more global experiences are still destined to occur, as though they get to create their reality to a certain extent. And we are here to tell you that this is not true. You are choosing your timeline, whether you are looking at it from a personal perspective or from a global one. Now, you also have the purpose and the responsibility to take as many people with you as you possibly can when you jump to that better feeling timeline with better circumstances for all of humankind. You invite your fellow humans to join you on that timeline. When you are openly optimistic, positive, and when the things you say to them are empowering, You can empower your fellow humans by seeing the divinity and the potential within them as well. And that's why it is so interesting to us when we see so many predictions happening on your world and so much finger pointing. You are not there to just call out other people for their bad behavior and pray for the day when they get their comeuppance. You are there to see your vibration reflected back to you. And when it's something you don't like, make the course correction. Forgive yourselves and forgive others. Have compassion for yourselves and have compassion for others. Love yourselves unconditionally and offer that unconditional love to others. And then you will find yourself living in a world where other people are doing that as well. And doesn't that world sound like paradise, like heaven on earth? That's what you are there to do. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Get more of what you want and get it quickly. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are aware of so much all at once that we must pick and choose what we focus on in order to put more energy towards what we want to experience more of. That is why we are so positive when it comes to all of you and how you are all doing. We know that we can focus upon anything at all when it comes to humanity, but we also know that focusing upon any aspect of what you are living will get to us. That is why we choose to focus upon little victories that we see and feel there on planet Earth in each and every moment. We also choose to focus more upon those of you who are going to receive what we are offering, rather than those who are far, far away vibrationally from where you all are. We know who our target audience is, and we know who will best respond to the energies that we are offering. We must be selective in order to be most effective. Now, we are not different from all of you. Think about how much information you have at your fingertips, all day, every day. You have to choose what you're going to focus upon, and you know by how you feel what it serves you to focus on, and what it will be something that lowers your vibration if you focus upon it. Now, we are not saying that you should ignore everything and anything that is problematic or negative in nature, not if it's going on inside of you. Once it becomes something you feel, then you have to give it your attention. Then you don't have to give your attention to something that you know is going to make you feel bad when you do. If you don't have a solution, you don't need to be focusing on the problem. And the reason for that is that there are so many beings and helpers and friends and well-wishers around you that can come up with the solution. And then you must be in a high vibrational place in order to receive that solution, as they will find a way to deliver it to you. But again, you won't even see it as a solution unless you are operating in that higher vibrational space that you want to be in and that it serves you to be in. It has to come to our attention that many people who are spiritually awake are still not aware of their power, and when someone isn't aware of their power, they mistakenly focus on something that will bring their vibration down, something that they have no control over, and something that they haven't even used their discernment in order to determine whether it's true. You must trust your feelings in order to navigate through all the information that you are bombarded with on a daily basis. Be open to the fact that you might need to change your perspective on something, but always be guided by what you feel and not what you think. Because what you think is mostly what you have been programmed to think. Your minds give you little more than repetition and limitation, but your feelings are expansive, and you can feel something you've never felt before in the very next moment of your day. You are powerful beings, but you still are learning how to use your power for good, for what you want, and for what is best for everyone. If we could zap you and give you a gift, it would be that knowing that you are powerful beings and that what you choose to focus on matters. It literally materializes in front of you. So be selective and you get more of what you want and get it quickly. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Dismantling society's system of control. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are familiarizing ourselves with the systems that you have there on Earth, systems that were designed to maintain order. You set up these systems at a time when there was much more chaos on your world than there is today. Today what you have are the last remnants of a more uncivilized time, a more barbaric society, and you have the same tools in place to protect yourselves from disorder, from chaos, and from barbarians. In reality, you do not need as much order and control as you have there on your world. You have evolved past needing as much oversight of your daily lives, and yet you are more exposed than ever in terms of who you are, what you believe in, what you buy, who you spent several hours with, and so on, than ever before in human history. What does this mean to the average person who is awake? Does this mean that you must dismantle the systems of control? Does this mean that you must become an anarchist? Or should you just realize that the people who have been in control are tightening their grip, and they will not be able to maintain that tightened grip forever? They will not be able to maintain it for much longer, in fact. You don't have to worry nearly as much, or at all, about these people who are in positions of power and their desire to exert more control over you, because all of that is coming to an end. And you are seeing the final attempts to dictate more control over you. You can interpret this transmission however you like. We know that some of you are going to interpret it in a particular way, and that is all right with us, because no matter what you think we are referring to, you have some loosening up to do. It serves every single one of you who feels oppressed to throw off the shackles that you have placed on yourselves by believing that someone who has more power over you and your life than you do. You just have to keep on tending to your garden. You have to pay so close attention to your own vibration that nothing could ever convince you that you should lower it. You have to let go of the victim, perpetrator, oppressed, oppressor, enslaved, enslaver model. If you cling to it and you continue to play into that mindset, you will perpetuate it for longer than it need be on your world. The systems that are in place that are meant to control are dismantling from within. And the reason for that dismantling is the higher vibrational energies that are upon you. It will not be because someone staged a revolution. It will be because enough of you maintained a high enough vibration to ground in those higher frequency energies to continue the work of raising the level of consciousness there on Earth. Your collective's level of consciousness will always be reflected back to you in your governments, in your corporations, in your banks, in your militaries, in every aspect of life. So the easiest way for you to have the biggest impact on the world right now is to tend to your own vibration and let the dismantling continue on its own. That is our recommendation, and we have your best interests at heart always. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. This group of channelings from the Arcturian Council is really unique because I started to get a feel for their personalities. You get an idea of who they are and what they're going through. I love it when that kind of seeps through, when they kind of give us background of what it's like for them, telling us that they're relaxing right now, or how they view the world and how they create their own realities. We are getting this information from beings that know for sure that what they're doing creates realities. And they're explaining to us that the entire universe is this large mirror, and that we see a reflection of what we're vibrating at, not from our thoughts, but from our vibrations. We are powerful beings, more powerful than we think. And we're not here because we're prisoners. We're here because of a curiosity to learn, to grow, to expand, to create our own reality. And they really emphasize that. And there are better realities that we can choose and create from. It's easy to get caught up in the separation, the segmentation, the fragmentation. And they really emphasize here that we're going to see the world continue to try to group people into different small groups to segment us. And it's just not going to work. Eventually, we're going to tire of it because we are all one being, and it just simply doesn't work. And it's easy to take these channelings, and it's good to know with what is happening in the world that no matter what happens, that we are still moving towards this new earth, and it's an inevitability as we go through these processes. And the things that are happening on the earth that can feel so profound may not be as bad as we think. Once you truly accept yourself as a creator being, it becomes so much easier to live on your world and to make sense of it all. And they're calling upon us to truly take identity with this creator part of ourselves, to awaken to it and know who we truly are, and to choose that timeline, that reality that is perfect for us. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com, and welcome to The Reality Revolution.